Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Hannah and today's video is all about the garden. We are finishing filling up the garden beds I'm using and the flower pots that I'm going to use, getting those ready so we can put some plants in there and get things all set up for the garden season. So to start off the video, my husband Blake is just going and taking some soil we had bought from the greenhouse that we got our plants from, and he's just finishing filling up all the containers that we're using. We had actually went a few days prior to this video and we went to a local dairy farm and got some dried manure from them and filled up our containers with it. We did it probably about half manure and half soil. We didn't really know how much to use, so we did it about half and half. And so then after we got all that put in there, we went to our local greenhouse and got our plants and our soil, and he is just going through and filling that up, and then I'm going behind him and taking a garden tool and mixing up all the manure and the soil together as best as I can. I know this is not like a huge garden or anything, it's just something very small and simple, but I absolutely love my little garden. What little bit of a garden I have, I really absolutely love it. It is so peaceful and calming for me to be out here just working in it, or even just walking out here and just looking at all my plants, seeing how much everything has grown and all that. It's really just so calming and peaceful. I love coming out here and just looking at it. I have a goal for myself to have a garden much bigger than this eventually one day, that I can grow enough food that will last my family from that garden season to the next, and be able to produce, enough food that's going to last us that whole time or even longer. If I had that, I would be so happy. But that's one of my goals I have for myself and my family in life. I pulled out this little small hanging pot from the shed because I want to be able to grow my strawberries in it. I've heard that they grow pretty well in these, and I didn't want to take too much dirt out from one garden bed, so I took just a little bit out of each, and that way I wasn't taking too much out of just one of them, because I forgot to fill this up before we filled the beds up. But Now I'm just taking the water hose up here to the garden, and my husband ends up taking over for me so I can sit down and take a little break. But we're just getting that soil and manure really soaked down before we start planting, and then we're mainly trying to water down that manure some so that hopefully after we get the plants in there and things, and they sit in there for a few days, that way hopefully that manure isn't gonna burn our plants up. Now the girls decided that they wanted to help water down the soil and stuff a little bit, so I just gave them the water hose and let them take over and have some fun, but also learn about what they're doing. And I love having them pitch in and help us do whatever we're doing. That way they're getting some experience in and also learning about what we're doing. Weston saw the girls helping, so he decided he wanted to come out and help, and then Amelia wanted to also help him try to water it too. So this is a watermelon plant I bought for the kids to grow. They love having like this kind of things to try to grow. They really enjoy coming out here and seeing how big it's gotten and all that, and see if there's any watermelons growing yet. I did not realize how small of a flower pot this was until I started trying to put both of these strawberry plants in here. But I got them in there and they're actually doing really well. I just seen the other day they actually have some little strawberries popping up on it. I had some old seeds I had bought from Walmart a few years ago just to try to see if they grow, but they were really inexpensive, cheap, probably like I think it was like the 50-cent ones or whatever, and then some of them was like $1 or something. But I had a bunch left over, so I ended up just deciding to make little rows in each of my garden beds since I had room, and just tossing in the whole package, just scattering them out in there. And because I figured not all of these seeds would be good and grow, and so far only a few seeds have been good. And in the other bed, when I planted some seeds, actually I think only 1 or 2 of those seeds have germinated and started growing up where you can see them. But I just tossed them in since I had the room, and that way maybe not all the seeds would be wasted and having just to be thrown away. But there are a few that have worked out pretty well. I'm not like any kind of expert gardener or anything, and I know some of my plants that I've got in here are real viney plants, so as the plant grows bigger, you know, they vine out a lot and everything, and they produce fairly large, you know, produce on them. But I mainly got these two plants. It's a watermelon plant, and I put 2 pumpkin seeds out here. But I mainly got them because the kids really enjoy seeing how big the plants have gotten, and I know that if it all works out in my favor, I know at the end when it starts producing the pumpkin and the watermelon on there, that they are going to be so excited and amazed to see those produce on there, and so it'll all be worth it in the end to see how excited they are. Here's a little tour of what's in our garden. Obviously there's stuff in there that you can't see, but I planted some seeds in here. This was carrots, onions, and pumpkin seeds that I put in here, and some mint down here. And then we got a watermelon, just one of those, and I had a pepper plant left over from those 2 flower pots, so I put it right there. But we've got some right on red peppers, and both of these. I decided to put my pepper plants in the flower pots because I've grown them in those before and they grow really well. Now over here in this little hanging pot, I've got 2 strawberry plants. I'm gonna hang that up on the back porch. I've heard strawberry plants do really well in hanging pots, so we're gonna try it out. Hopefully it works. In this garden bed, I've got 3 cucumber plants. I had an extra leftover tomato plants. I chose tomato plants for the flower pots in these as well because I've grown them in there and they do really well. So extra one left over, put it in there, and then I planted some herbs in here. Rosemary got planted in here, cilantro, some dill. I think that's it in there. Alright y'all, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know down in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one.